What's up, guys? It's Brian here, and today I am bringing you another mock. So, if you saw the live stream that I did last week, then you've seen this coming, but I decided on a whim during the live stream to build a little Kashyyyk mock. So this is 4 green base plates. It's just obviously the 2x2. It's a big old square, and it's pretty small, but I feel like I captured a lot of details of Kashyyyk in here in a very small way without using a lot of big vehicles. The biggest vehicle is actually the Corporal Alliance tank droid, which, yes, I did decide to put in there. A couple of different swamp speeders, the old ATRT from 2005, a little mountain up in the corner, some barriers, some grasslands, and then some nice little beach details, which I've kind of always wanted to make ever since I got my dark tan. I always wanted to make a new beach. So, let's get into all the details. So I just turned this mock to just a slight angle so that I could begin to show you all the details of the battle we got going on here. So we have obviously a legion of battle droids, and we have a dwarf spider droid over here with a handful of super battle droids coming up to the Kashyyyk beach and attacking this little legion of what are they called? The 41st Elite. What are they? The Kashyyyk troopers, the scout troopers. My gosh. And then driving the swamp speeders, we have some of those regular Phase 2 clones. There's a super battle droid, obviously, mauling this clone over here. But and then we have some Wookiees scattered throughout. I have one who I designated as Chewbacca, who I left him alone. He's up there. And as well as Commander Gree and Yoda's up there, as well as some other Wookiee warriors. Tarful is behind this barrier over here with a couple other Wookiees. Some random Wookiees on the beach. Another barrier over there. Another swamp speeder over there. I was originally thinking about making a destroyed swamp speeder, but it wasn't going to work out. I tried a couple little designs, but I wasn't really feeling it. And then we had the 2005 Clone Scout Walker over here, which was my very first LEGO Star Wars set. So I'm happy to be using it in a mock with a Scout Trooper driving it. Thought about getting the updated version, but then I was like, no, obviously I'm going to use this one, which is one of my favorite sets ever, because it was my first set ever. So super nostalgic for me. So that's the general storyline. I mean, you know the Kashyyyk storyline. So I wanted to pack as much Kashyyyk details as I could in this small little space. So we're going to start out over here with the water. I made this little wall going around it just to keep the studs in, and I kind of continued the same design going all the way around, just so that it would look consistent at least. So you can see the gray bricks going all along the side, and it goes along the entire thing as well. So if you saw there in the live stream, it didn't look very good. I think it looks a little better now, but this is where the water is. So I dumped all the trans light blue studs and combined it with some trans clear studs to make the waves. Around some of the bigger vehicles, I added some more trans clear studs, like underneath the spider droid and around it a little bit. Around the Corporal Alliance tank, there's a bunch of them actually. Behind, in front, he's pushing them onto the beach a little bit, as you can see. And then I have a strip of dark tan down here to make it look like the wet sand, obviously. It blends in very nicely with the regular tan over here, and it kind of slopes up just a little bit as we get up to the grasslands up there. The tan is pretty plain. There's some cool little details in there, like 1x1 studs. There's some, not studs, plates, some cheese slopes, some 1x2 plates, and even like the dark tan pieces going all along the edge up here. I think it came out really cool. I love doing this kind of texturing stuff. This is the stuff that, for some reason, just comes the easiest to me. So I really enjoy doing this type of things. This mock itself took me 3 days to build. You saw the live stream, then I worked for 2 other days on it. And that was pretty much it. I plowed through most of it in one day, then I put the figures on it the next day. And then up here, which is where some of the more interesting stuff happened, I'm turning this around a little bit, was the little tiny grasslands, wetlands, swamp, whatever you want to call it up here. And then the mountain over here, which is a different style mountain for me. I did a corner mountain instead, so there's like slopes that are facing from this angle, both toward you and to the left. So I'll show you that in just a second as well. But back here, we come to the swamps. Not a lot of, no figures back here. They're all advanced already. But we have some bushes, some, I call these things bamboo plants. I don't exactly know what they are. But then some grass. I threw in a bunch of olive green cheese slopes pretty much everywhere. Threw in some trans clear studs to make it look like damp, wet, like a swamp type of thing. It came out okay. I have some of these pieces as well, these 3 leaves, and then all of these, there's 4 of those bushes. And then 2 different trees that I designed myself. I think they came out okay. I'm usually pretty bad at trees, but these didn't come out bad. The stems are a little boxy because I used bricks instead of circle bricks because I don't have any circle bricks. But this one has a combination of these types of leaf pieces. I don't exactly know what they're called, but then there's dark green, green, and olive green up here. And this one has some more regular green and some lime green, as well as some of these like palm tree pieces up here. There's a little frog sitting up there as well. I have some more frogs over there as well. And this one also has some little stems coming up from underneath it. This one has some vines coming down from it. So I think it looks pretty good, these two little trees over here. And then they have like slope bricks as their roots and whatnot. So just giving you a nice little swoop of all of the little nature details in there. And coming around to the mountain, I'm going to turn this again. You get to see a little bit more of a pan. Actually, before we get to the mountain, I will show you these little barriers. I made them pretty simple. I have hinged pieces on the bottom, and then just 2x2 slope bricks, and these modified bricks with the sides. And I think they came out cool. They're pretty simple, but they work for this mini-MOC. I also didn't mention that there's some like fire explosions going all around, but you probably saw those as well. Like there's a battle droid that just got hit. There's another battle droid that got hit. Clone trooper over there. I'm guessing it came from that explosion, but I don't know. So I think that just adds a little bit of more life to the battle, more action to it. So another swamp speeder over there. Some more of those nature details going along the bottom of the mountain. The mountain is 3, 6, 9, 12 bricks high. I used just 4 different 3-high bricks. I didn't go crazy with the inside of it too much, but I like the way it came out a lot because it's a corner mountain, so it's a little different than my other mountains I've made. Coming to the top of the mountain, we've got these like wooden barriers going across. I think this looks pretty cool. This looks pretty like the Wookiees made it, so I think that looks pretty neat up there. On the top of the mountain, there's not a whole lot, but there is some little dirt detailing up there, and this is like a little path that would theoretically go diagonal all around however big this mountain is. Prequel era Yoda, Commander Gree, and another scout trooper up there, and that's obviously the newest Chewbacca. Another Wookiee warrior. Let's see. That's just another. I think that's actually just an unedited old Chewbacca, and then a couple of different like new Chewbacca heads with different hands and stuff to differentiate them a little bit. Some Wookiee warriors from Rebels, and other modified versions of old Chewbacca, as you can see. So those are the Wookiees, and there's not really much else to it. This is my little Kashyyyk MOC. I think this thing came out really cool. I'm happy with how it looks. I think it packs quite the punch for the small little MOC that it is. I originally wasn't even going to have the mountain back there, but then I thought, you know, it's Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk has mountains. Kashyyyk has to have a mountain somewhere. So I threw that back there, and I think it really brings the whole thing together. I just love my corner designs too. By the way, the mountain is completely solid. There's nothing on the inside of it at all. I thought about putting something on the inside, but I was a little too late. A lot of structure in here. It's very heavy, so I didn't put anything inside the mountain. It's just a solid rock structure. So that's it. That is going to just about do it for this MOC video. Pretty quick, but for those of you who tuned into the live stream, you saw me put together just a little bit of the sand and then the water. So I hope that if you came from the live stream and saw this, that you will be happy with this finished result. I certainly am. I like it quite a bit, actually. I'm also very happy I got to use that walker in a MOC because I like that set so much. So one last little aerial view of everything. So that's it. That's going to just about do it for this MOC video, guys. If you enjoyed, give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you watched the live stream. Tell me what you think of what I did since the live stream. If you had any like questions during it, were they answered here? I don't know. Leave anything you want in the comment section below. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, guys, very much for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.